Welcome to the second installment of Cooking with Mrs. Flake for FACS. Today we are going to be making honeyed carrots. I want to start out by going through the 3 different ways that you can complete this assignment. Number 1, watch the video and make the project. Number 2, watch the video and do a substitution because of ingredients. And number 3, watch the video and answer the questions. You get to choose one of these. You do not have to do all 3. Okay, so starting out with, this is a new way to cook with what we've been doing in the past. We cooked our rice on the stovetop. We baked our parsley potatoes. We roasted our potatoes. Now we're going to be steaming. If you steam something, you don't lose nutrients as you would if you boiled them in water. Now, if you don't have a steamer basket, you can boil them in water. This is just the better way because it keeps those nutrients. We're gonna start out, and I have 2 different carrots here. I have some baby carrots and then some fresh carrots. I'm going to use both of them today and show you different things with them because this is typically what I use when I do honeyed carrots. But if I don't have this, I can easily use that. But I do cut them different ways. So I'm going to start out with the baby carrots. On the baby carrots, if I can get them open, I do what's called julienne the carrots. I cut them in half, lay them flat, and then cut them again. This is called julienning. It's making sticks of the carrots, okay? So I can julienne my carrots. I can also cut them in the little circles. Remember, if you cut them too thick, it's gonna take longer to cook. Dang, I hate it when that happens. So you can take and you can cut them this way. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use these type of carrots. Oh, guess what? Robin heard me get the carrots out. She loves carrots. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna peel my carrots. So this is one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. It's called a salad shooter. I have the professional salad shooter because it has a stronger motor. I got my first professional salad shooter when I got married 29 years ago. And I've gone through a couple of them, but this is one of those things that I feel like I have to have in my kitchen. We don't have them at the school. We have the hand graters that look like that. So you can use that type of a hand grater, or like I said, you can cut. This is really cool though. So I've gone ahead and I sliced my carrots. This is what it looks like when I use the salad shooter. The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna steam them. I use this steamer basket because it fits on my pan. You can use the other steamer basket, and like I said, if you need to, you can go ahead and boil them in water. So we're gonna move over to the stove. Because I want the water to come to a boil, I'm going to use what temperature? You got it, high. This is going to cook for 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, the timer just went off, so I'm gonna check and see if my carrots are all ready. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull one out, taste it. They are perfect. On mine, I can just go ahead and lift that right off. And I'm ready to season these up. Let me show you really quick the color of my water. Because I'm steaming, my water looks pretty much like regular water. If I had boiled these, I would have kind of a yellowish water, because so many of the nutrients had been leached out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish up my honeyed carrots by adding the different ingredients. So I'm gonna start, it says to add a tablespoon of butter. I know what a tablespoon looks like. I can cut it off of a cube of butter, but I have some butter here I wanna use. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that tablespoon of butter in the bottom of my bowl. Then I'm gonna put these hot carrots right on top of it so that it'll start that melting process with the butter. After that, I need to add a half of a teaspoon of garlic salt. I'm gonna sprinkle that all over. And then I need to add a half a teaspoon of dill weed. Now, I know this is not a typical pantry ingredient in some people's pantry. However, it has become a very important staple in my pantry. We used dill weed clear back when we did our vegetable dill dip. So it's something that I'm using more and more and more as I cook. The last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey. Now, honey's not real fun to measure because what's it gonna do? It's gonna stick to my spoon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my measuring spoon to stir, and that's going to help melt that honey into my carrots. And if I can't get it out because it's not melting fast enough, I can go ahead and I can pull a spoon and use the back of the spoon to get that honey out. Pretty much gone. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna incorporate the dill, the garlic salt, and the honey. One of the problems with this is we tend to think, oh my gosh, gotta have it really, really sweet. We don't want it sweet. We want just a hint of honey, just a hint of garlic, just a hint of the dill. They're gonna be very subtle, but this is one of my favorite vegetables. I gotta taste it, make sure nothing else needs to be added. One of my favorite vegetables. Let's talk about substitutions. This is honeyed carrots. My daughter absolutely loves sugar snap peas. So I could steam sugar snap peas. I'm not necessarily going to be adding honey and garlic, salt, and butter to sugar snap peas. I'll add different herbs to that one. I would go ahead and I would add the butter and the garlic salt because those are two of my favorite. I also have fresh broccoli and fresh cauliflower here. Those are some other things that we can steam. Again, the purpose of this lesson is to teach you about steaming your vegetables. Choose a vegetable. It can be frozen, it can be fresh. I'll even go so far as to say it can be canned, just because then you're steaming your vegetables. Again, if you don't have that steamer basket, you can go ahead and cook them in the water. Just in the back of your head go, I'm pretending to steam those potatoes, or carrots, or broccoli, or cauliflower, or sugar snap peas. All right, this is your second project on Google Classroom. And bon appetit.